Bear with me, crew. We're back live again. There we go. Oh no. Come on, YouTube. We've gone live. Where am I? We'll get there. There we go. Only just 8:30, wasn't it? Man, I set myself some tasks in the morning. Right. Hopefully we won't have the same problems that we had last weekend. Oh man, exactly the same problem. Okay, you guys need to tell me, can you hear me okay? And can you see me okay? Something must be set up wrong on this laptop now. It's not happy at all. Weird. Really weird. Anyway, not to worry, I can still see the comments. That's all that matters. Most disappointing, YouTube. Simon Rawle is in the workshop. Good morning, Simon. Connor K, waiting for Andy and Pie. Well, I'm here now, Connor. Thanks for the wait. George Bonnie 90. It's raining in West Virginia also. It's been pissing it down here for the last couple of days. I would say I've been working outside, but I've been working under the carport. Does that count? That was all day yesterday. It wasn't particularly warm either, to be fair. George Bonnie 90, sounds good. Connor K, yeah, we can see and hear you. Perfect. That's all that really matters for a live stream, isn't it? Gary Lennox, good morning, Andy and crew. Yes, can hear audio and see you with no problems. Cheers. Excellent. Thank you, Gary. John Nuttall, hi, Andy. We can hear and see you. Perfect. Doctor of Computers, Andy is quite handy. I don't know about that. Although, saying that, the bike hoist that the DR200 is on, that's called a handy hoist. And on my first day at Henderson Yamaha, just to sort of break the ice, I think the lead tech had taken off the H and obviously left Andy and then wrote hoist. So it was pretty cool. I thought it was quite nice to have that sort of welcoming of my own hoist with my name on it, which was great. Anyway, how has the week been? Well, it's been long, busy, and fraught with, I don't know what's going on at the moment, but customers seem to be quite grumpy in the way that, I don't know, that they seem to have gone to a whole new chapter of being demanding, or demandingness, if that's a word. I don't know. I mean, how can I explain this without really causing myself any problems? The Consumer Rights Act here in New Zealand is extremely strong. There was a case a couple of years ago where somebody took car importers to tribunal or court. I don't know the great details. The car was well over 5 years old and it had a string of problems, and they were able to get a full refund for the car. That was the price that they paid for the car 5 years earlier. And that's actually, you know, I don't know the details of the problems, but they may not all have been related to manufacturing defects. You know, they could have been issues where maybe it had a fault and it had gone to a franchise dealer and been repaired, who maybe hadn't fixed the fault the first time around, or maybe created more faults on the vehicle. But it all stemmed back to the fact that ultimately the car wasn't, and I quote the Act now, fit for purpose. It didn't do what a car should do. So I've had a few, not that many, people to deal with this week, and it does get me down a little bit, to be honest. It feels like you're trying to swim, you know, upstream in a flood sometimes, and you get the impression that really, people, where's the common sense gone? They just seem to want so much more these days than what I think they should really have, you know. I'm having to really delve very deep into each of these cases to, well, I suppose provide a defence is the answer. And I'm not a lawyer. I should be spent My time should be spent fixing motorcycles, teaching people how to fix motorcycles, helping to diagnose faults. It shouldn't be bogged down with this legal stuff, to be honest. But fortunately, it doesn't happen very often. It just seems to have happened 3 cases in 1 week. And they're going to go on for a while. They're going to rumble on in the background for weeks, if not months, no doubt. And they may not all end up in, tribunal hearings, but we'll have to wait and see. I believe I have a pretty good reputation for being fair on, warranties and stuff. So it's when people push me too far and ask for, taking the piss, basically, is my opinion, then there has to be a war, doesn't there? I'm not one for just paying out just to make it go away. That's not my principle. And sometimes I wish it was, because it would make my life a lot easier. But in reality, it doesn't matter if it was just $1. If it's not right, they're not getting it. Anyway, moving on. So that's been my week. I've been up to Auckland twice and home again twice, basically because of the logistics of the ROVs. I did a whole day yesterday with Mrs. Mechanic. Was in the workshop all day yesterday. Absolutely brilliant help she's been. She does a lot of the caliper work, so I strip the calipers down. She cleans up all the bits and pieces. Because these are ROVs that work on the beach, there's a lot of additional work that you would not normally do for a service. Those calipers get rebuilt with new pistons and seals and stuff. And the actual caliper body, around the piston area especially, where the dust seals are located, that part of the caliper body, which is aluminium, gets painted. It gets painted basically to try and reduce the corrosion, because if the calipers corrode too much, then the little, almost like the groove that retains the dust seal, the outer wall of that, can corrode away. And if that happens, the dust seal pops out, and then all of a sudden you lose your piston retraction. In the past, and I know I shouldn't do it, but in the past, rather than have to replace the calipers at great expense, I have rebuilt them without dust seals in them, just to get them working again. And basically told the club this machine needs to be sold. I don't like doing it, but for a cost of about $2,500 New Zealand dollars for a new set of 4 calipers, it's quite a lot of money for a club to rack up. Now with the painting, which has been going on now for about 2.5 years, that problem just does not exist anymore. So much easier to service those calipers, and they get a fresh lick of paint every time they get serviced. The one that's in at the moment, and I know this categorically, it's done nearly 3,000 kilometers. It's been in market about 18 months, so it was sold about 18 months ago, and it's never been serviced. It hasn't. The oil filter has still got the underseal overspray on it from when I undersealed it 18 months ago before it got released. The service interval on that vehicle, by the way, is at the first service is due at 20 hours off. I think it's 320 kilometers. So yeah, nearly 3,000 kilometers. So the oil that comes out of that engine, that's today's job, is the engine oil change, and I've got valve clearances to do and other bits and pieces. It'll be like water, and it'll be as black can be. I'm not impressed at all. I had a final drive oil seal to replace, which I managed to do in situ, which was good. Saved a bit of time. Both rear brake pads, both sides, were completely down to metal, and had also seriously damaged both discs, so those new brake discs, or should I say rotors, to go on as well. So there's actually quite a lot more work. The headlights don't work on it either at the moment, but I think the reason for that, haven't diagnosed it yet, but one of the rear tail lights has been smashed, and I believe that the bulb basically is grounded out and popped the fuse. It's just shorted out to ground, which would obviously blow the fuse, and I'm pretty confident they're all on the same fuse. I'm sure Jim's going to tell me any second now, because I know he's in the house. Right. Mike Adams, hi all. Good morning, Mike. Jim K, hello. Good morning, Jim. And again, thank you for the phone calls earlier in the week. They certainly helped my, I've done over 1,000 Ks this week just driving to Auckland and home. So it was quite a relief to have someone to talk to, other than normal stuff. Oh, Vijayant Govinda. Hello, Andy. How are you from South Africa? I'm really good, Vijayant. No problems at all. And I do see your comments, and I have got your email. And I haven't had time yet to email you back to communicate how we're going to get this spark tested to you. So my apologies there. Eric. Oh my! I'm sure you guys do this deliberately. Gaines whiskey. I like the whiskey bit. Gezi whiskey. Hello, Eric. 50 Monkey Boom. Hello from hi from UK. Hello, 50 Monkey Boom. Great name. David Walker. Good morning, Andy and crew. Good morning, David, and welcome back into the workshop. Now then, Jim K. Oh, you never want to take it back to the to the stealer. They charge too much and don't know what they're doing. Yeah, classic. Steve. Hi, Andy. Chat. Hope you're all well. I'm good. I'm motivated. I have to get this last ROV finished. It was the last one in the pipeline, other than the ones to underseal the new units. But I got a text yesterday from Piha Surf Club, the Northern Surf Club, saying, "Hey, Andy, it's about time our fleet gets serviced." It is. I know it is. It needs to be done, but that's 3 more ROVs, and they all require a relatively high level of service to be done. So each one will be a full weekend's work. So projects again will be on the back burner. Unfortunately, things just keep getting pushed back and pushed back. There is some good news. The parts for Holly's DR200 are now all in, I'm told. And I bit the bullets a couple of days ago and asked Bonnie up at Kaitaya Motorcycles to freight down all the parts, which included a spare front wheel for the trip, because I checked, and both the two that I have, to be perfectly honest, are shot. So I'm hoping that I can save a few bucks and not have to get the wheel rebuilt with new spokes, because the price of the wheel, which was a bargain, was only about $130, which was really, really good. I might need to chuck new bearings in it, but hey, that's not a problem. Now, oh golly, Simon, hang on, your comment's about to disappear. Simon Roll. To get the caliper dust seals ring spotless, I like to pick the crap out and polish the inner of the rings with autosol and a nylon brush on a drill. Gets them spotless. Mrs. Mechanic's really, really good. I have a modified 10 Tools pick, which is exactly the right width for those particular grooves, so you can just whack it in there. You've got a nice big handle for leverage, and she scrapes it around and gives them a really, really good clean, and then we finish it off with a bit of brake cleaner and then blow it out with the airline, and they do come up spotless, to be fair. She does an excellent job. I did yesterday try, wherever it is, it's over there somewhere. I'm not even going to show it on camera because anyway, I picked up a very cheap second-hand ultrasonic cleaner. Now, I thought, well, I'll give it a go because it's only a little one. It does just a safe fit a caliper in it, and it's rubbish. It's not an industry type automotive ultrasonic cleaner. I just thought it was super cheap. It was $60. I thought, well, if it doesn't work for me, and it did do a little bit, but it wasn't good enough. So I don't think it's got enough. Is it transponders, the little vibrating things that make all the bubbles and stuff? I don't think it's powerful enough to do the job. It only had about a 5-minute timer on it, so I was forever resetting the timer and setting it off, and it didn't. I was very unimpressed, to be honest. So I think the guy at Napier that I found that sells the automotive spec ones, very, very good ones, so I'm told, and I have seen his brand in some of the workshops that I go and visit. I think next time I'm in Napier, I'll pop down and see him. I'll take him a manky old caliper that's been stripped down, just a caliper body, and I'll ask him to clean it for me, to give me a demonstration. And then I'll dig deep, because it's about, he gave me a good discount. I think he gave me 15% discount. But even so, it's still going to be about $1,500. But it's one that's big enough that will do, clutch covers and that kind of thing as well, and single cylinder heads. So it should be really, really useful. And of course, used with proper cleaner rather than just using water, which is what I used yesterday, which it does say you can use. I think it'll be a far, much improved, and it has a heating element, so it can warm up the cleaner as well. Not this one, the expensive one. So I think, I probably jumped the gun a little bit. Maybe it was $60 wasted, but I can give it to Mrs. Mechanic. I'm sure it'll clean, some of her bits and pieces around the house quite well. So thank you for that, Simon. Steve, apologies. I fell asleep mid-stream last week. Steve, you're all right, mate. Don't you worry. We could all do with an extra kip. Nut Barsden. Hello, Andy and all. Good morning, Nut. Good to have you on board, matey. Mike Adams. Andy, I know I was a little late and caught you in the middle of your story of last week. But if I may pass on some words of wisdom from my grandmother, when life has you stressed and down, look up. Give it to God, and He'll take care of it. One of my, in fact, thank you for that, Mike. One of my sort of sayings is, things might look really, really crap. Everything's against you at that point in time. But time heals it. Things normally turn out not to be anywhere near as bad. You normally find a way through. You normally make it work. And over time, that particular issue or those issues tend to pale into insignificance. Most of them do anyway. So it really isn't worth stressing about it. Life is the way it is, and you'll always get shit thrown at you, to be honest. And I think it's really how you deal with it that counts. Jim Haynes made it this week as the races were rained out. It's pouring down here again. It's bloody cold. Also because it sounds like it's raining there. It is, Jim. It's been raining most of yesterday. Certainly yesterday morning was pouring down, and it was on and off all afternoon. Rained through the night. It wasn't raining when I came outside, and then I had a cigarette, and then decided to empty the garage of all the bikes, and then it started to rain again. So I had to put my coat on, and now it's cold again. The Giant. Hang on. Thank you, Andy. Whenever you have time to email me, please do some repairs on cars. I love the beautiful ladies on your channel. Don't we all? I will email you, Giant. I'll try and get it done tonight. Tomorrow is another busy day. I've got to go back up to Auckland, take this RAV back. It will be finished. It has to be finished tonight. Whatever time I get finished, it's got to be done and delivered back. And the reason for that is on Tuesday, I come home again with the trailer. And on the trailer is a brand new motorcycle. Now, I haven't bought it. I've been loaned it. And I'm going down. I've been invited, which is very nice, to go down, all expenses paid, to go and do Brass Monkey. So you'll no doubt all be Googling what the hell Brass Monkey is. Well, Brass Monkey is a motorcycle event, I suppose, down in the South Island. It's not too far from Wanaka, so it's quite far south in the South Island. And last year, which was the penultimate year, this is the last year they're going to run it. Last year, they all camped there on the Saturday night. Some even camped there the Friday night, I believe. But on the Saturday night, it got to -9 degrees Celsius. Bloody freezing. I also saw a picture from a motorcycle shop on Facebook that's based in Dunedin, and all their motorcycles outside the shop were covered in snow. Dunedin is at sea level. The event is very much not at sea level. It's quite high up in the mountains, so it's going to be very snowy, potentially, icy, which is not ideal when riding a motorcycle, especially a brand new one that isn't even yours, and extremely cold. Am I looking forward to it? I'm looking forward to the adventure. I'm not one for just getting ridiculously cold for the sake of it. We will see how things pan out. I haven't even found a tent yet, or a sleeping bag. Mrs. Mechanic's been given a brief. She has to find them. We know we have them somewhere. But if all turns to crap, then I will just go and stay at a hotel. Yes, I know. What's the guy that does those adventure, those wild programs? And he alleges not. It's alleged that he never stays in a tent. He always stays in gets airlifted out and goes and stays in a hotel. Oh God, his name's right on the tip of my tongue. I forget. You guys will know. Anyway, so that's the plan. So I'll be away for a whole week. It takes a couple of days to ride down there. The event's basically, over a couple of days, and then a couple of days to ride back. So I don't think there's going to be a live stream next Sunday. I know, the first time there won't be one for over a year. I really don't think there'll be any internet access where we are. If there is, I'll do a live stream. If there isn't, or it's crap, I won't be doing a live stream. So I'm warning you now, and I'm apologising in advance. But I may well do some filming on site, so I can post that on the channel, and then you can see that at some point in the future. The ride down, it's going to be, a lot of it's in the dark. The ferry was, I missed my opportunity. I missed out by one space, getting the bike on the ferry at the time that I wanted. So now the ferry isn't until 2:45 in the afternoon. It won't dock until it's dark. And then I've got a 500-kilometre ride in the dark to Greymouth. It's about 400 and something k's. It was 450 odd k's to Greymouth in the dark to try and catch up with the rest of the group. They'll already be there. This is a group that I was supposedly riding down with from Auckland, but that's not happening now. I'm going to meet them hopefully in Greymouth and then do the last day down to Wanaka with the group. And last I heard, we're going to be riding down the west coast, hence why we're going to Greymouth. Not ideal. The west coast gets the worst of the weather in the South Island, usually pretty damn wet. Can be very, very windy as well. So I'd have rather gone down the east coast, to be fair, but hey, there's more than me in the group, so that's the way it is. We have a pie to go and warm up. This is the pie. Now, Mrs. Mechanic picked this up yesterday, so one of the scores we have to give this pie is the last one, pie server attractiveness, and I've no idea, basically, on who served it in the shop, so we'll have to base it on Mrs. Mechanic again. But the rest of the scores, well, that's yet to be seen. So let's head over to the pie warmer, put it on for 15 minutes, because we're learning now, and, we'll go from there. Oh, right. Dum, 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 dum. Oh, look what I got the other day. Yes. Proper Tonka truck. Honestly, what's life coming to when you start buying that kind of thing? Oh, what does it say on the thing? Does it say we've got to take it out of the wrapper? Hang on, bear with me. We've got to give it justice. Heat and preheat oven. We haven't got one of those. Place pie in centre of oven and heat for 25 to 30 minutes. Oh, crap. Really? Okay. Well, does it say take it out of the bag? It doesn't. Alright, we'll just open the bag. In fact, I will take it out of the bag, because otherwise they go all mushy, and I don't want it to be all... Geez, that's a good fit. Hang on. Sorry, bag. To camera, Andy, to camera. Oh, there we go. Right. Chuck him in there, look. There we go, Mr. Pie. I don't know. Jeez, let's stick him around there. 20 minutes. There might be flames. We'll see. Okay, let's listen for the... let me know when it goes off, because sometimes I get a bit carried away with my old tool. Right, 3, 2, 1. I'm back. I am. As is the rain. Can you hear that pounding down now? We've got quite a few leaks in this workshop now. Well, I'll show you actually. Jeez, turn you around again. Look at that. That's not oil, that's water dripping down. And it gets worse actually. We spotted one yesterday. There was a leak somewhere from around there as well. And yesterday, there's still a drip. Can you see that on the light? There's a drip of water. It was running down the side of the light, so... Oh, it's never good, is it? It's never good. Hey, while we're wandering around, this is the lighting that I've got, which I'm told is flicker free. So Steve, I'm really interested now. I'll go really slow, Steve, for you. There you go, look. This is what I've gone for. But it doesn't say anywhere on here that it's flicker free. But I have tested it, and it is. So let's take a look inside. Hang on. Absolutely terrible camera work, Mr. Young. Right, so we'll give it a go. Let's see what's going on. Hang on, we've got something. Instructions. I like instructions. Okay, what I'm interested in is the driver. You probably can't even hear me anymore. Right, this is what I want. This is just a panel LED light. It's all like this. This is the important bit. Right, and we're back. I'm just going to bring you down a bit. There we go. That should be about right. It says. Yes, I can just crouch down a bit. Okay, so very quickly, LED lights. I don't want to bore you, but you know the world is going LED, and if you're going to get a workshop, and you might decide to make a little video one day, very important that you get what they call flicker-free or ripple-free, is the other terminology used, rating for the actual. I suppose it's a transformer, really, isn't it? It's converting 240 volt AC, or in some parts of the world 120 volt AC, into whatever respective DC voltage the light needs. Now, I believe these are 24 volt, but we'll have a look. I haven't really looked at one of these in any great deep. I think we've got another leak. Okay, so this is the one. Let me do you a little close-up, because it's important stuff, this. Okay, we're going down. Oh, hang on. We're going to have to twizzle that round, and then we can go down. There we are. Right. God, it's like making a video, this, isn't it? So we've got here LED driver, inputs 200 to 240 volts, AC 0.8 amps, 50 to 60 hertz. On the frequency, and the output is 30 to 42 volts. Okay, I thought it was 24, but anyway, 30 to 42 volts, 0.8 of an amp, and it says up here ripple free. Now, when I asked the guy what ripple free meant, he didn't know, which I thought was a bit strange. Anyway, such is life. Now, obviously, I've got to look at the length of the cable you get on it. Honestly, it's just useless. This is the plug that goes to the light itself, which is pretty smart. I like that. But I'm going to have to extend this wire. So I'm just going to go and get a screwdriver and whiz those two screws out and see if this wire is soldered in or whether there's some little contacts in there. Because I've got quite a few of these to do, and I'm just sort of planning my attack, so you may as well join me on the journey. Okay, I'm going in. Wait, probably the wrong screwdriver. Sorry, Simon. Hey, Simon, I have been using your screwdriver a lot. It's extremely good, those screwdrivers you sent me. Push pretty hard. Right, don't lose the screws down the hole in the bench, Andy. We'll try not to. There we go. I feel like Big Clive taking one of these apart. Oh, and somebody mentioned to me about itchy boots. Hang on, I'll do a flat screwdriver. Totally disorganized this morning. Sorry, gentlemen. See if we can just lever that out of there. Hey, there we go, look. Excellent. Okay, that's going to be super easy. We've actually got some little screws down there which we can undo and remove that wire. Should I remove it now? I don't think so. Hang on. Laptop's gone to sleep. There we go. Right. Is it labelled? AC. No, I'm going to leave them in there for now, so I know which way around. Not that it matters, but I'm going to make sure it goes the right way around. Cool. Okay. Good. So I've got. I think there's 9. I think there's 9 of these that I have to do. And it's one little transformer per light. So I've got 9 to extend the wiring on. Yes, I know I'm using a flat screwdriver. It seems to fit better than the star screwdriver. So hey, if it works, you know. It works, doesn't it? Didn't need to tighten them up. Okay, we'll get rid of that. Quite happy with that, actually. That's good. Now, just bringing you back round. There we go. Now, the cable that I got is this stuff here. Can I find the end of it? There's an end. So it's just twin core. There's no earths on this thing. It's just the way it is. So there you go, look. We've got lots and lots of that. So I'm going to put probably a 5 or a 6 meter length of cable on each one because, you know, I want to be able to move them around. And I did get, these are really smart. Let's have a look at these plugs. This is a New Zealand plug. Well, there's 2 actually. And as you can see, you can get what's called piggyback ones. Now, I don't ever remember seeing UK ones like this, where you could plug one plug in on the back, and actually an infinite number of plugs from there onwards, much to the dismay of an electrician, no doubt. But they are really good. I like the fact that they're clear, so you can see what's going on inside. If there's any kind of arcing or whatever, then it's going to be really obvious. But I thought they were pretty smart, actually, and that was a main seller to me because it's going to cut down on the number of multi-boards that I need to use. Very cool. Very, very cool indeed. These weren't that expensive either, to be honest. I think they're about sort of $7 or $8 each, which is all right, really. Oh, the pie hasn't caught fire yet. Let's go have a little look at the pie and see how it's getting on. Whilst we're that way around. How's it doing? Is it burning yet? Oh, it's not doing too bad. Okay, how much longer? Oh, we're not even halfway yet. Jeez. Now, this is the spec sheet for that light, just for anyone that's interested. That's what fell out on the floor. Pretty cool. And they weren't, well, I say weren't over expensive. The, there we go, look. The, yeah, there is 9. So 9 lamps, including the drivers, because they come with the lamp, was $800. Don't tell Mrs. Mechanic. She's probably watching this live stream as we speak, so I'll be in trouble later on. But, yeah, it's just not cheap. It's not cheap at all. We'll see how they go. The panel lights are slightly wider than the steel fittings that I've got here, and I really want to retain those steel fittings, so I don't know what's going to happen next. I'm going to make it work. It took me a long time to find those lights, to be honest, so I've got to take the plunge, do something. So anyway, watch this space. Now, where are we? Let's go back to the comments. I've been neglecting your comments for quite some time. Oh my word. Right. Machine NZ is in the workshop at 8:43, and it's now, what time is it now? I have no idea. It's now gone 9 o'clock. What the hell? Sorry, mate. Hi, Andy and crew. Not Marsden. Andy, do you have any experience with RV, electric, or caravans in your area? I have no experience whatsoever on working on electric vehicles, essentially. None. We did have a couple of Prius at Unitec. The plan was that we were going to teach the students or include some element of the training of those particular cars, and specifically the electrics. But it very quickly came to light that here in New Zealand you have to have an additional certification as a mechanic to work on the electrics of those cars. So I think Seller, he did quite a lot of work on studying how the systems worked in the Prius, and with a view to teaching it. But I still don't think we were allowed to do any practicals on them. It was all done after I left, so I wasn't really involved with that, to be honest. In all honesty, I deliberately stayed clear because I didn't feel comfortable working on a vehicle that had such high voltage. And I knew you had to have a ticket, and I think it was me that brought it up. I would very much have gone on some training for it, absolutely, if Unitech was going to pay for that, which was what would have had to have happened should I have been involved. But it went on for years before they finally got things sorted out, and I think by the time they did, the battery pack in the car was completely dead. Roger Heaps, good morning all. Slept in, last day of moving, I hope. Yeah, Roger, the last day, it's never really the last day, is it? There's always another trailer load. Yeah, and the skip, well, the skip's always overflowing. In fact, I remember when we moved down from Silverdale, we had a skip, and on the last trip, what we thought was the last trailer load, there was so much stuff, it was way overloaded. And we put a lot of stuff in the skip and overfilled the skip, and when we got back to hand the keys over, well, everything above the top line of the skip was back on the grass. I had a hunch it might be, so I just took it away and took it to the tip. But yeah, the old skip driver wasn't very happy, clearly. Bob Kinney, morning Andy and crew. Good morning, Bob, and apologies for the really bad audio today. It's pouring down outside. I'm very pleased that I managed to get most of the bikes outside before it really started to hammer down. James Daly, we all know Jimmy's pies are the best. Too bad they're not really a thing in the North Island. Well, I'm coming to the South Island next week. Hopefully it won't be weather like this. I will try and find a Jimmy's pie. If you can tell me where they sell them, I can maybe call in and pick one up. James Daly, so I guess half of us know. Steve, every day is a shorts day here in sunny Cheshire. I can't complain because we have some pretty good weather in New Zealand. Sometimes it's a bit too hot, but it has to rain every now and again, doesn't it? But it is forecast rain until Wednesday. Wednesday is the day that I leave. But it can rain all it wants until, Wednesday morning. But after that, I need dry weather. I don't want to be getting soaking and cold and miserable and stuff when I'm riding. Plus, the roads around here tend to get pretty greasy. There's a lot of algae and greenery, moss. That's the word. There's a lot of moss on the roads, or on the back roads and stuff. Bear Grylls, that's the guy. Yes, Jim Haynes, a whole Bear Grylls. Simon, I always bring Bear Grylls. I always think Bear Grylls sounds like a steak and grill house. Bear Grylls. Yes, I think he denied it, but there was a lot of rumours around that he wasn't actually staying out in the wild, which I thought was quite funny. Richard Perry, hi Andy and crew. From GB, big thumbs up. Good morning, Richard. Vijay and Govinda. Andy, you need to repair your shop. You need all your equipment getting water. I know. It's only really where the bikes are parked. It's not on the benches usually. I agree completely. I have a plan. We're actually going to put another roof above this one. We're not going to bother taking this roof out because it's probably going to take more than a few days to do. But just to put a secondary roof above it, which will act as an insulator as well, and it should cool the workshop down on a really hot day. So it's going to have many benefits. Plus, it might cut down on the sound, on the noise when it's raining as well for the videos and stuff. So that's the plan. We have a plan. I've still got to build another carport. So I've got to build a deck. The first carport's essentially finished. It's working. It does its job. But yes, lots of work ahead of me. But the good news is, with all this servicing work going on, the funds are pouring in now. So I'll have the funds to start to make it happen. Whether I'll have the time or not is a whole different ballgame. I might have to take some leave. I might take a week off. Do it in one big hit. That'll be good. Get all the materials in, get it all ready. Take a week off, smash it out. That's the way to do it. Mike Adams, look like it's time for some cool seal on your roof. At the same time, that rain on the tin roof would have me snoozing like a baby lol. It does put me to sleep, I must admit. especially, you know, on the night time when you're tired, and it does it. I woke up to it this morning as well. I didn't want to get out of bed, to be honest. Right. Not Barsden. Andy might have to start boat building with the amount of rain he's getting. Yeah. I'm not a boating person. If it hasn't got wheels, don't go there. Simon, the driver will be good to look at on the scope. Yes, it will. Filtering capacitor to see what the AC ripple is like. Absolutely, yes. I will definitely do that. That would be a really good little video, actually. I like to use scopes outside the automotive field a little bit as well. You know, we've got the kit, so why not? So Simon, I will do that. Good idea. I must admit, when I went to the lighting place to explain what this ripple, this anti-ripple or no ripple transformer thing, the driver is, the guy just looked at me blankly. And for me, when they promote themselves as a lighting specialist, I would expect them to know that kind of stuff and to understand, you know, the importance of having the output voltage, you know, not fluctuating too much, because it's exactly that causes the flickering. So, you know, I was a bit disappointed, but he learnt a lot, and it was quite ironic that a mechanic was telling him. He found it quite funny. But in the end, he just you know, fired up one of the lights, and I just filmed it on the, you know, on my phone that I do all my filming on, and it didn't flicker. And I said, well, there you go. There's proof of the pudding. It is ripple free. So I know they're going to work, definitely. Steve, I've still got a bucket in the studio. Get very nervous when it rains. Oh no, it's not just me then. Matterwicks, did you review the Irvine steak and cheese pie? That's what we're doing today, isn't it? Oh, we better go and check on the pie. Let's get these comments finished first. If you see smoke coming across, then let me know. I haven't reviewed it yet. We're still cooking the pie at the moment. Oh my word, there's loads. Sorry, it's jumped around a bit. Matterwicks, the Irvine steak and cheese is like a Georgie pie. Okay. Steve, I wanted panels, but the high roof made them impractical. They should be awesome in your workshop. Yes, I think so. I think they'll work well. I've just got to get my head around how I'm going to get them to fit into these housings. At the very worst, and I know it means a lot of work, but hey, what the hell? I like doing that kind of stuff, don't I? I'll strip the casing down. I'll cut the casing in half. I'll widen the casing to fit the panel, and then either spot weld it back up, or I'll just use, you know, some pop rivets. I don't know. I'll work it. Ooh, 20 minutes. I think we're there. Oh, it has to stand for 2 minutes. Right, we'll keep on with the comments. Hang on. Yes, so hopefully they're going to work. I know once they're fitted they will work, but I've got to make them fit first. I don't just want the panel on its own. I want to retain these, and I can get 2 panels in one of these lights. And I know 9's an odd number, and I probably need to buy some more. Yes. In fact, I will need to buy some more, but I've got to save up for that. I just thought 9 will do for now, kind of thing. And I do keep looking around on Trade Me, which is our eBay thing we have in New Zealand, for more of these lights. I know lots and lots of them came out of a prison. They are around New Zealand, and they do every now and again come up for sale, because I want the whole workshop to have that style lighting. The lights on this side are crap. They really are. Either that, or, you know, I might have to just, you know, retro engineer some that look the same. That would be doable. I could get some steel plate laser cut and fold it up and, you know, do it that way. It's not the end of the world. We have the power. Ah, yes, John Nuttall. Itchy Boots. Very, very good, actually. Very different way of filming. I mean, the first few that I watched, it was like, well, all I'm seeing is the odd little bit of talk and lots of just on-bike riding, looking at the views and stuff. And I was like, this is a different way of doing it, you know. But the way that she, and I forget her name, I can't even pronounce it, to be honest. The way that she, oh, it stopped raining. The way that she presents it is you're always wanting more, you know. Because she doesn't say a lot. I mean, she does in the later videos. She's a lot more confident on camera by the looks of it. So I think I'm about episode 40 odd now, and there's hundreds of episodes. So Thank you very much. Very entertaining. I had it on the workshop in the background yesterday while I was doing the calipers. And it starts to rain again. Okay. Matterwicks, do you miss Auckland? No. I'm in Auckland quite often anyway. I don't miss Auckland. I'm very happy not to be there all the time. The traffic is just mental now. I was coming back from the North Shore back to East Tamaki on Friday. 1:30 I joined the motorway, and you know, a couple of years ago it would have been clear. I queued. The motorway was at a standstill at 1:30 in the afternoon, and that shouldn't be the case. Sure, during rush hour, fair enough, you can accept that, but it wasn't. It was midday, you know, it was middle of the day, should not have been busy. And there weren't any big accidents, not that I could see anyway. Gary Lennox, rain is typical back home in Scotland. Scotland. It's just the way it is. Yeah. I used to go to the Lake District a lot, and I think the Lake District has the highest rainfall in the UK. And it was always bloody raining there. Always. Not Marsden. Sorry, Andy. I meant a camper. A camper recreational vehicle. Preferably the AC/DC converter from 12 volts to 110. Half of my fuse block is not powered up. Thanks anyway. I'll crack the books to diagnose. I can't really help there. You'll have to just, you know, start at the beginning, get your multimeter out, and work your way around and find out where the voltage isn't, and that's probably going to help, no doubt. Jim K. Andy, were you able to talk to the parts department about the fender? No, I have remembered now, and no, I'm back in Auckland Monday afternoon. I will go and see Ross and have a little chat with him for you. Yes, country of origin, that's right. Where is it made? Okay, the pie has had the 2-minute stand after cooking, post-cooking. Let's go and grab the pie. Right, 3, 2, 1. And I noticed that, Steve, you do the 3, 2, 1 as well, and I'm trying to work out who came up with it first. Was it me, or was it you? Because if it's you, I apologise for copying you. Right. Pie time. Oh, yes. Don't drop the pie, don't drop the pie, don't drop the pie. Is it burnt? It is not burnt. 20 minutes. Bloody good. Look at that for camera work, you see. Walking around with the pie. Dum, 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 dum. Right. Here we go. Clear some room on the desk. Look at the state of my bench. Oh, well, that's just here we are. Look, I did buy. Sorry, Tang. I did buy some drawers. Look at these. I don't know if I can get them all the way out or not, but unlock. There we go. I've got to pull it out. And can I open it? Oh, hang on. Let's just get 3 steps out of the way. Here we go. Look, you've got to see these. Now, I'm not impressed by the runners. They're not ball bearing runners. They're quite stiff and not that reliable. I've already had to rebuild one. But look at that. And there's 4 of these, and you can take the whole box out of the drawer and take it with you as well. So it's designed for a field service truck. Is this outfit, this contraption, and you get 4 drawers. So that's millions and millions of little bits that I can put in there. But where on earth in the workshop they're going to go, I have no idea. No idea at all. I mean, it's just full. I mean, there isn't any room. There's just no room at all. But anyway, we'll find somewhere. I have to do. Right. Pie time. I'm starving. Okay. So, I've done my sheet of cardboard. Taste stroke flavour of the contents first. Well, quick close-up. This is the Irvines steak and cheese. We're trying to go for the same type of pie each time. Okay. Oh, there's a little bit there that's not quite cooked well. So we'll see how we get on. Okay. First taste. Where's a good place to go in? I think there's a good place. Oh, integrity. Yes. Before we start, what's the gluing like? We've got a little bit of ungluing here on this end. But the rest of it's pretty good. It's pretty well sealed, so that's good if you're driving. Okay, I'm going in. Oh, we got a big dollop of cheese there, look. That's nice. That's really nice. I haven't really got to the contents yet, so I'm going to keep going. We've hit beef, but only just. I want a chunk of meat first before I start analysing the taste of the contents. That's actually not too bad. It's a little bit squidgy, based on, you know, compared to the pies from Wild Bean Cafe, the one we did last week. There's a bit more give. It's not quite as structurally sound as the one from. Yeah, the pastry's still a little bit floppy. There you go. Look. See there? Look, you can actually fold the pastry back, so it's quite pliable, which may not be a bad thing. It's certainly not dropping any crumbs, which is a very good thing, actually. Well, there's the contents. There you are. Look at that. Pretty good. It does appear to be some reasonable chunks in there. We have got some breakage on the base. Here, look, which is just starting to, you know, there's a potential there for, you know, a pie-catastrophe. Or pie-catastrophe, wasn't it? That's right. A pie-catastrophe. So it's one of those pies that's going to want you to eat it pretty quick. So if you want to sort of savour it and take your time, it's probably not going to lend itself well to that. And also, if you've got to stop midstream to take a phone call or something, then you're probably going to end up with a bit of filling, you know, on the outside, on the exterior of the pie, which is bad. Okay. So I'm probably about a third the way through the pie. Haven't had any nice big chunks of meat yet. No. There is meat, obviously, but it's not big chunks. It's not, you know, it's not premium. Okay, taste, flavour of the contents. It tastes pretty good. I'm going to give it 8 out of 10 for that. It's not bad. Structure, fully partiness. Well, it's hanging in there. It's not falling apart. It is quite squidgy, but of course the pastries, it's not breaking up apart from that one place, so it's not too bad. The gluing's not too bad either. I'm going to give it a 7 for that one. Maybe I'm scoring a bit high today, but you know, it's just my opinion. Runnability. Well, is it going to run out? Oh, I can see some movement. And you see we've got some meat coming out now. Look. Don't drop. Okay. It's not too bad. It's not like it was with that first pie we did where it was really gooey inside. I'm going to give it I'm going to give it a 6 for that. I think 6 is good. Meat quality. This is where it comes down to, is there any gristle in there? Is it nice big chunks of meat, or is it little tiny bits? I got a chunk. Okay. A little bit gristly. Okay. Meat quality. Million times better than the first pie we did. I'm going to go with 7 again. Could definitely be better. And it took a while to get to the decent chunk of meat. You know, I'm already halfway now. Pie filling to volume, so pie stroke crust ratio. Well, the crust is very thin on this pie. I must admit there, look, you see, very thin crust. Got a bit of an oozing going on the side here. Look, we'll kill that off. But it's quite floppy. So pie filling to crust, pretty good. Doesn't seem to be that sort of weird gravy stuff in there, just as a filler. So I'm going to give it. I'm going to give it a 9 actually for that. Availability logistics. I don't know. Irvines. I mean, we live out in the sticks, so we got it here. It wasn't too far where we got it from. I wonder if Irvines Pies have got a little outlet thing on their website. Let's have a look. Irvines Pies. Oh, it said countdown then. NZ. Oh, had a bit of a burp. No heartburn though. Does Irvines Pie Factory, directions, save or call, no website. What the hell? Why would they not have a website? Maybe it's not made by Irvines, maybe it's made by another company. Oh, hang on. Good Man Fielder make them. Okay. So supermarket, let's try that. Or you can get them in Raglan. Oh, here we go, look, found it now. Right, bit of background on this brand of pie. Since 1917, generations of hungry pie-loving Kiwis have enjoyed Irvines pies. So it's been around a long time. That gives them plenty of time for development and research. That's because pie owner Albert Irvine knew that nothing hits the spot better than a good pie. Over 100 years later, we're still sharing our passion for pies, and Irvines is the #1 selling pie brand in New Zealand supermarkets. So you can get it in the supermarkets. Irvines provides the perfect snack on the run with a large range of single and multi-pack products available in supermarkets and route outlets nationwide. Irvines also produces party pies and sausage rolls in chilled and frozen format. Cool. Okay, so it's readily available from supermarkets and other outlets, so it's not bad. So availability logistics, pretty good. Let's give them 8 for that. Now, pastry taste rating. So we need just a piece of pastry, really. Where can I get a piece of pastry from? There we are, look. Right. There is no filling on this pastry. It's just pastry. Tastes like pastry, basically. It's not bad. Doesn't go wow, but it's not bad. Let's give them a 7 for that. Is the pie still tasty when cold? We don't know yet. It's still warm. It's getting there. It will be cold soon. Packaging design. Well, pretty attractive actually. I quite like that. It's got the little lines at the top. It's got the big logo in the middle. Steak and cheese printed on it. 170 grams. Irvines proudly made here. You know, like you see, made in New Zealand since 1917, as per the website. Okay, well that's not too bad. There's a lot of information on the back. Yeah, I think that's pretty good actually. It's quite a neat package. Never really a fan of the plastic packaging, but anyway, not to worry. I think I should get an 8 for that. It's not bad. Recyclable score. What do you do with the packaging? Hang on, I'm just going to put the pie down. We'll do a pie contact test. Okay, pie is on cardboard. What do we do with the packaging? Do they tell us if it's recyclable or not? Is there any mention of how to dispose of the packaging in a humane manner? No, I don't think there is. Despite all the information on here, there's no mention of the packaging and whether it's recyclable. So we have to assume it's not. So it's just rubbish. It's going to go into landfill. So it's pretty poor, isn't it? I think realistically it's just rubbish. So I'm going to just give them 1 for that one. Post pie heartburn factor. I can't fill that in just yet. Stuffability score. Not finished it yet. Pie servo attractiveness. Well, Mrs. Mechanic got this pie, so we have to give it a 10. Okay. Right. Let's continue. Oh, there's not too much spillage on the cardboard. Mr. Mousey will probably find that. Well, it's cooling down pretty quick. What do you call that? Thermal density is poor. It's not bad though. Not bad. Definitely a good backup pie. I mean, obviously, you know, I do like my YB ones. I'm finding I'm having to hold it with two hands because it is still quite squidgy. And if I cooked it in the bag and there was no mention of taking it out of the bag, it would be a lot squidgier than this. Definitely wants you to have more, which is good. You know, it's not a task eating it. See if we can do the taste when it's cold. That's all right, is that? Okay. Bit of a guesstimate on the taste when it's cold. I don't think it'd be too bad actually, based on its flavouring as it's cooling down. I'm going to go for a 6. I think they did okay there. Right, so far, and we've still got one score to add, which is the heartburn factor. So I'll score that when I'm working on the ROV and see if it starts to cause problems later on. But we've got, well, they're the scores. You can see the scores. Please. Those are the scores. Okay, and that's the bit of pie that fell out when I put it down on the cardboard. So it did lose a little bit, not a lot. So we've got 15, 21, 28, 37, 45, 52, 58, 66, 67, 77 so far. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. What do we get more? So the Big Ben steak is the crappiest so far, and that got 64. Yeah, 64. So we're already way above that, and we've still got a potential of. Oh, hang on. No, stuffability. I finished it. Do I feel stuffed? I don't have the urge to go and have another one. It's done its job. It's satisfied my hunger. So, but I don't feel, wow, I can't do any work now, which would be fully stuffed. So I'm going to give it a 7 for stuffability. So we're going to add that to the 77. That's 84. So we're actually at 84, and we've still got one more to go. So it's scoring pretty well. It's not going to be it's not going to be the leader, but it's not going to be far behind by the looks of it. But I will score that, and no doubt we will see a bit later on what that is. Maybe I'll do this heartburn one at the end of the live stream so we can get it up on the board. Right, let's go back to the old YouTube. Oh, pardon me, it's another burp. Repeatability. There's definitely a bit of repeating going on. I'll take that into account, I think, because it's not good if you're suddenly taking a phone call and you've just finished your pie and you're burping down the phone. It's not a good look, is it? It's not a good look at all. But yeah, right. So here we go. Just reversing back a little bit. Beep, beep, beep. Right, here we go. Bob Kinney, I definitely hear the rain. Me too. Jim K, not to worry. Nuts. What are you working on? Jim K can help you. Steve, was your mate? Great idea. Was your mate? Oh, was you mate? It was me. That's brilliant. This is the 3-2-1 thing, isn't it? Great idea. Stoops the comments about viewers getting seasick, lol. Or stops the comments about viewers getting seasick, lol. Ah, you're giving them that pre-warning and the countdown. I like that. I like that a lot. Yes. We will continue, Steve. And I have no problems at all with you stealing my idea. It's all good, mate. Mike Adams. Don't you just love it when you know you have a tool for a job, but it wants to play hide and seek on you? I'm needing to pull a pulley from an electric motor, but can't find the puller. I have a cam chain to swap out on one of Ben's bikes, and I know about, it must be 6 or 7 years ago, I know we bought the genuine Yamaha puller, because I remember ordering it. This is before I worked for Yamaha. Oh, did I say that? And the bike has been here now. It's got a different engine in, but we've still got I've got to put a new cam chain in it. And I have searched high and low for the puller, and I couldn't find it. And the other day I just bit the bullet, and I went on, I went to go and see how much it was, and it was like $20. Seriously. So I just ordered another one. And it's on back order, it'll be here soon, but I thought for the sake of $20 we'll just get another one. And then maybe one day I'll find its brother and we'll have two of them. But anyway, yes, I agree. Sometimes you know you've got the right tool, but trying to find it, seriously, where the hell did you put it? Steve, drawers look good, like the Worth Aussie cabinets. Aussie. Yeah, I mean, that's the problem. You know, I need lots of storage, but I need the storage to be super clean and keep all the dust out. And I saw those, and the lads over at Asmus in Taupo, they did me a great deal on it. They do support the channel. And I thought, well, I'll have those. If I don't get them now, I'll probably never get them. So I just bought them, and I just need to... I've definitely got a job for them, but it's just finding where they're going to live is the biggest problem. Not Barsden, Jim K. It's a 1988 E350 Fleetwood Jamboree. What a name. We don't get those here. Steve, pie looks small. Size... Jeez, size matters. Sure does. Yeah, there is that. It's 170 grams is what they say. But stuffability score was still high. It did the trick. Steve, again, filling looks awesome. The filling was pretty good. It did have a nice big lump of meat in it in the middle, but it was nowhere near as good on the filling quality as, not a sponsor, but the BP pies, you know, from the Wild Bean Cafe. Not Barsden, Jim K. I have a feeling it's a bad 40 amp relay that powers the coach from the auxiliary battery. Gut feelings are always good. Gary Lennox. Good to know about the pie reviews, as my next trip is to Australia and New Zealand once the world is somewhat normal again. Yeah, they're just a bit of fun. I'll keep doing them. I think it's a good part to the live stream, a good little segment, I think we call that. And there will be some on-the-road video pie reviews as well, not live streams. As and when I come across a pie, basically, I'll stop and just flick the camera on, and we'll do a quick pie review. Because I do get to travel, fortunately, all over New Zealand, so I get to, you know, the four corners of New Zealand, and there's some pretty good pies hiding out there. I think it'd be quite good to pass on that knowledge and share my experience with you guys. Who knows? It might become quite an important, you know, information resource for anybody living or traveling to New Zealand, because, you know, it's important that you get a good pie, isn't it? Now then, but Simon was talking to a Frenchman last week. He said, do you like pasties? I said, I prefer sausage rolls. Bad joke, I know. I'm not really a pasty fan. I do like sausage rolls though, there's no doubt about that. William Brody. Hi Andy, from northern Minnesota, USA. Well, good morning William, and welcome to my workshop. George Body 90, manufactured in Auckland, New Zealand. Wow. Bob Kinney, we love those pies on the US, in the US as well. Chicken pot pie and beef stew pie are the top two here. Wow. That's good to know. I might actually make it there one day, who knows. Bob Kinney, we also have hot pockets, but don't confuse those with a pie. Well, you are confusing me now, Bob. Hot pockets, seriously. Jim Haynes, probably loaned out the puller and never got it back. That is a possibility, or it just got borrowed and never put back. That has happened to some of my tools when I was working in a workshop where there were other mechanics. They would go and rape and pillage your toolbox now and again, and the odd one of them wasn't particularly as good at putting things back. Simon, puller, is that not just another name for an air hammer? No, it isn't. There's no way you should be taking flywheels off, Simon, that are full of magnets with air hammers. I learned the hard way as a kid. I remember having a Honda C50, and I had to do something. I was doing the points, and on those, they obviously the point, you've got to take the flywheel off to get to the points. And like a child, and I was a child, so no excuse there, I attacked it with a hammer. I knew that if I tapped the end of the crankshaft, the shock should get it off the taper. I knew that, but didn't do the threads on the crankshaft any good for the nut. Sorry. And, didn't do the flywheel any good because I started tapping the outside of the flywheel. It all turned bad. It turned really, really bad. I was only 12, you've got to let me off on that one. I learned the hard way. It wasn't good at all. So we're an hour and 12 minutes in. We've got 27 viewers and 13 likes. Gentlemen, if you're enjoying the live stream, click the like button, please. Also, if you want to support the channel, I'm not signing off yet, but I just thought I'd do a little reminder because I always forget. If you want to support the channel, and you can do it in many different ways, and you guys already know this, but some people that watch this live stream in the future don't know this. You can go on to Patreon, or you can go on to PayPal. You can make a donation through either of those two portals. Becoming a patron is a good thing because you get to see a bit of background stuff that I haven't posted for a while. Or if you can't afford the financial support, that's not a problem. Just share a video on your social media, on your Facebook. Say, hey, I found this video interesting. Why don't my friends watch this? That kind of stuff also helps to spread the word and get us a few more subscribers. I think we're just about to hit 67,000 subscribers, which is mind-blowing. I mean, I had set myself a bit of a fictitious target of hitting the magic 100,000 by the end of the year. I really don't think that's going to happen. But hey, let's not give up. Let's keep trying. And please do spread the word. Now, with those, just changing the subject again, with those parts now coming down from Kaitaia for the DR, this one, and there's parts all over the workshop, and the drawers are full again, it really is about time that I schedule a weekend with Tool Girl Holly for her to come back down so we can get this bike finished. Now, I did promise you in the title of this particular live stream an update on this bike or on the adventure itself, and I am very, very pleased to announce that Kaitaia Motorcycles, a Suzuki dealer, an authorised Suzuki dealer for New Zealand, and they're based right up north, been around for a very long time. In fact, let's have a little look on their website. Let's have a look. Maybe we can do that. Kaitaia Motorcycles. What's that spell? There you go. Right. Website. Perfect. And they're closed today because it's Sunday. Right, here we go. Look, let's turn you around again. You have a little look at Dave's website. Oh my word, that shouldn't be on there, should it really? But hey, he does sell those as well, which is good. Now, select a make. I want a Suzuki. Let's go and look down here. Look, see what we can find on here. Suzuki. There we go. Right. Select a model. Well, it's obviously going to be the DR200. Has it got a DR200 on there? There we are, look, DR200. Perfect. Select the year. Well, I think this is a 2015. Let's see what parts Dave does for this particular bike. Oh, okay. It hasn't got... I'll choose that one. I'll choose the newest. Search for parts. Let's have a look. 1991. It's a bit old, but rear brake shoes, chains, chain links, tires, cleaners, brake clean. Oh, he's got loads of stuff on here, look. Wow. Wheel bearing kits, seal kits, grips, more tires, more chains, sprocket kits. Look at that. It just goes on forever. Tubes, brake pads for the front. Oh, rim tapes as well. Look, there's a rim tape. Continental, good quality. I like those. Good job, Dave. So we go back to home. Home, there we are, look. New Suzukis. Let's have a look at those. What have we got? I want to do farm. Where's farm? Street, cruiser, adventure, competition, scooter, lambs, youth and fun. Where's farm? Oh, there we are, look, farm. Farm bikes. There it is. That's the bike. $5,650 plus GST. However, oh, there's no picture. Where's the picture? I want to see the big picture. Oh. Right. Let's go back down here again. Farm bikes. Can we... Oh! Come back! Right. Can we zoom in? We can. There we are. Look. That is the brand new version. Now, notice that this bike has got indicators and mirrors. When I rang Suzuki New Zealand and said, hey, do these bikes come with indicators and mirrors brand new? The answer was no. So if you're thinking of buying a brand new DR200 in farm spec, it won't be supplied with indicators or mirrors, just for the reference. Right, back to the live stream. There we go. Oh, there we go. Right. Back to the comments. Have we got any new comments? Apart from Simon's air hammer. Heat Mayor 9. Greetings from Virginia, USA. Virginia, USA. Steve, apologies, forgot. Rectified my mistake. King Brooksy. Mana. Hello, King Brooksy. Mike Adams, I finally found the puller. It was my dad's, and he was the last to use it, but he passed away in 2018. I'm sorry to hear that, Mike. I know how that feels. So he wasn't able to tell me where he put it. One of those rarely used but priceless tools. Absolutely, you need pullers. Simon, the new Suzuki Katana. Love the look of it. I didn't look at the Katana. Let's have a look at the Katana. Hang on, bear with me. I've got to go back. So that'll be on Katana. Will be on the street, won't it? I think. V-Strom. Is it on there? It's not on there. It's not on there. Maybe it's under. Oh! I've lost it now. New Suzuki again. Let's try again. Sport. Is it under sport? Come on, laptop, sport. I don't think they've got the new Katana on here yet. Looking at this. Oh my word, we're on V-Stroms. Oh, is it that? Oh, there we are. Look, found it. Nice. Oh, yes. Oh, go away. Silly thing. Right. Look at this. It does look good. I wonder if they'll fit the turbo to it as well. Because they used to do a Katana turbo, didn't they? A turbo would be nice. Just the turbo button, you know. I mean, it doesn't have to do anything. It's just the sheer fact you've got a button saying turbo on it greatly improves the appeal of the bike to me, to be honest. Wow. going fast. You see, there's one problem with that picture, and that's because the front wheel's still on the ground. Good job, Suzuki. Excellent. Now, some of you may wonder why Andy is showing pictures of Suzukis on his live stream. Well, I think many of you know the reason for that is that I can't show pictures of another brand, which I would much prefer to do, to be honest, but I can't. I am governed, as you well know, to not do that, which is okay. It's all right, and that's another reason why I'm using a Suzuki DR200 to do the adventure in December. Now, just following on, Kaitaya Motorcycles contacted Suzuki New Zealand to see if they will be interested, because I bought all the parts through Dave at Kaitaya, and he always does me a really good price. He's a good chap. He mentioned my trip to them. It didn't go cap in hand. He just mentioned the trip to them, and they said, oh, that's a really good idea. And they like the idea that it's got the trail bike frame. That's why I can register it as a normal motorcycle. And it's not restricted as a farm bike, even though it looks like a farm bike. Obviously, that was the plan. And they sort of mulled over the idea, and then they realised that they came back and said, look, we've got too many commitments at the moment. We actually can't support the run. We can't, for any financial support or parts or whatever. They were just too busy doing other stuff. And that's fine, because in all honesty, importers have really struggled the last 18 months with parts and unit supply and stuff, and Suzuki's no different. So Dave has stepped in, and he told me the other day, he says, hey, I've got some great news for you. I says, go on, Dave, what is it? He says, Kaitaya Motorcycles is going to sponsor you $500 New Zealand towards the cost of your adventure in December. And I said, Dave, you don't have to do that, mate. It's all good. He says, no, we want to. We want to support you on this quest. I said, well, it's much appreciated and gratefully received. Obviously, I've said today, you keep the finances at your end until such time that I need them. But no, big shout out to Kaitaya Motorcycles. Really appreciate that, Dave. Was completely unexpected. And yes, I will definitely provide you some footage of the trip. And we'll do a little stop off outside your shop, actually, on the way down from Cape Reinga. And, well, we'll have a little chat, eh? That'd be fun. Anyway, back to the comments. It's a long way off. I've got one thing I'm working on at the moment is I need to rig up a comms system between the bike and the support ute, which Mrs. Mechanic's going to be driving. Now, years ago, I installed a CB radio onto my Yamaha DT125R, which worked brilliantly. I had a little push-to-talk button on the handlebars, which I used the horn button for, and had a little toggle switch to flick between horn and, the transmission button for the radio. So I may go along that route again and fit some kind of a CB radio that's modified, so I've got an in-helmet mic and headphones. We'll wait and see. I don't know yet. I'm going to explore the whole thing. I'm going to speak to a chap that an acquaintance that I met a few months ago with another job that I had to do, who's a radio expert. Have a chat with him and see what he recommends as well, because the in-car one is dead easy, but it's the on-bike one, and choosing an on-bike one that works with an in-car one is a bit tricky. But again, I don't want to spend thousands of dollars doing it, but I do want to do it because it'll allow me to record within the ute me talking. I can capture the audio on the dash cam, which records the audio within the cab. Complicated? I know, but it should work. And it'll mean that if there's any really weird bits along the route that, whether a car pulls out on my or I get lost on a trail somewhere or whatever, it's going to give us footage that we can use in the series. Without that, it can get a bit boring. You need that kind of input. And when I'm riding a motorcycle for long distances, I tend to ramble on and say things, and I almost have a discussion with myself. So we can also discuss where we're going to go next, or if there's a particular track closed, or it may well be that I'm going around a corner and there could be a truck on the wrong side of the road, and I can tell Mrs. Mechanic, hey, slow up, there's a big truck coming and there's not enough room for you, and just give her that, from a safety perspective as well. So I think it'd be a good idea to do it. Now then, where are we? Where did we get to? Mike Adams. What I'm doing while listening is replacing the motor on my air compressor. It's I was removing the pulley from the old motor. Ah. So you've got a separate motor and a separate pump on yours with a belt driving the two. Much better idea than those sort of integral ones, the throwaway ones. I think I had one, a Sealy one years ago. One of the first videos that I did here in this workshop, because it didn't work, and we pulled it apart and did an autopsy and found the windings burnt out. Steve, well done, Dave. Absolutely, he's a nice chap, is Dave. He really is, and his wife, she cooks a fantastic meal. She does. Mike Adams, have you seen the Gibbs amphibious motorcycle? What's your opinion on it, and would you have one? I've heard of it. I need to Google it though. Let me just go back. Gibbs amphibious motorcycle. Who would think of that? Obviously, Mr. Gibbs, probably. Right. Gibbs. Amphibious motorcycle. I actually spelt amphibious right. I'm very proud of myself. Okay. Is it that one? Let's just do images first. Oh my word. Right, so it's sort of part jet ski, part... Oh, bi-ski. It's a bi-ski, yes. Part jet ski, part motorcycle. Wow, look at that. Would I have one? Well, I mean, putting the styling aside, the styling's a little bit weird, but of course it has to be like that because it's not just a motorcycle, it's a jet ski as well. Would I have one? I would certainly be very happy to have a go on one and to see how they perform. I'm not really a jet ski kind of person, but Automotive News New Zealand, Gibbs shows off. Here we go, look. Automotive News. Right. Gibbs shows off more Kiwi ingenuity with amphibious motorcycles. Kiwi businessman Alan Gibbs' company has unveiled 3 new street-legal amphibious concepts. A side-by-side, I've seen the side-by-sides, all-terrain vehicle, and 2 3-wheel motorcycles. 3-wheel motorcycles. Oh, and 2 and 3-wheel motorcycles. So the one in the picture is a 2-wheel, hence motorcycle. Gibbs Amphibians used the American International Motorcycle Expo in Florida to show off the Terraquad ATV. Yes, I've heard of the Terraquad. And the bi-ski and tri-ski motorcycles. Wow. Very cool. Very, very cool. Would I have one? I don't really go near water. I'm not really a jet ski kind of person. But very cool. Would I have one? If I had to buy it? No, I wouldn't have it. It would just sit in the workshop and really never get used. And I'd feel a bit weird riding down the road on it, to be honest. I mean, you get a lot of people looking at it for sure, but I imagine its performance is probably not particularly good. Its handling is probably horrendous, given the additional weight of all the extra jet ski type stuff. But very cool concept. And you know, if you lived in an area where there's a lot of little lakes and little roads and you're relying on ferries and stuff to get you around, then go for it. Brilliant idea. Would you go around the world on it? I really don't think you would do that. I mean, somebody could, but I don't think I could do that. Now then. So Mike Adams, thank you for that. It's a good little insight. Bob Kinney, 67,000, Andy, not bad. I did tell my father about your channel, so it may be one more. Excellent. Mike Adams, on the CB idea, Cobra has units that are Bluetooth, ready for hands-free headset. They might have an in-helmet headset to use, worth checking out. Wow, that is what we need. And I like Cobra. I like Cobra a lot. I used to have a really cool Cobra CB radios in all the vehicles that I used to drive around in the UK. They were a bit of a step up to the radios that the staff used to get. So I'm just going to take a picture of that to remind me. Is it in focus? Let's have a look. It is in focus. I've got that. Excellent. Thank you very much, Mike. I will investigate, because that might be an off-the-shelf solution to the, I wouldn't say problem, but you know. Simon, Gibbs Amphibious. What are they based on? i.e. engine from a Honda. I don't know. That might be a trade secret at this point in time. I think there were only prototypes that they announced. I don't know if you can actually buy one yet. Can I go to their website? Has it got a price? Let's have a look. See if you can actually buy one yet. Buy ski, play video. Technical highlights. 55 horsepower on the water. Does it give a price? It doesn't give any prices. 20 litre fuel tank. Maximum speed on the road is 80 miles an hour, which is very, very good. 37 on water. Time to plane is less than 3 seconds. Transition time is less than 5 seconds. I take it that's transition from motorcycle to jet ski. Curb weight, pretty heavy, 228 kgs. Overall length, 2,350 millimeters. 2-cylinder petrol. 55 horsepower output. Handlebar steering. Disc brakes front and back. Lights, road and marine navigation lighting. And propulsion is Gibbs custom dual jet technology. And it's got a 16-inch front wheel and a 15-inch rear wheel. So it's going to be a little bit skittish on the road with a little 16-inch front wheel. But that's not the end of the world. So it doesn't give me any prices. I don't think. Products, home, products. It's still down as a concept. Yes. You can buy the quad ski though. Has that got a price on there? The quad ski? No, they seem to be a bit reluctant to put prices on their website. So you'd have to find a dealer. Interesting though. There's some good pictures on here. Is that one that I can... Oh, I can't view that. Oh, there you go, look. Nice. Next. Sorry, I'm just looking at some pictures. I'm going to choose you a nice picture. There's a nice picture. Look, here we go, look. You'll like this one. Right, this is the quad ski. There, look. Can you see the quad ski? It's very hard to see, but it is in the picture. There's the quad ski. Excellent. That's superb photography going on there. Very well done. Steve, do you like that? I thought you might. Now then, where are we? John Nuttall. Andy, try some drone footage on this trip. New toys. Oh, God. Mrs. Mechanic with a drone. That could be dangerous. We could maybe try and do something like that. I think the GoPro is my chosen platform for that kind of footage. I do have some GoPro gear, so maybe I'd have to go for a GoPro drone. We'll see what the budget allows. But yes, you're right. Drone footage is phenomenal. Absolutely awesome. You've got me thinking now. Steve, great photography. When's Holly back? Well, Steve, in the next few weeks. Holly is currently transitioning, or just about to transition, from one job employer to another employer as her day job. So I think it's only fair that we give her a few weeks to settle in at a new job before we, pull her away to bring her down to the workshop. She's got a lot on her mind at the moment. She's a little bit stressed. So I'm just gonna give her a bit more time to get that organised. We've still got other stuff in the pipeline, but again, that's because of this job swap. It's just slowed down a bit more to what I originally planned the schedule to be. So just hang in there, Steve. Definitely going to happen. We've got lots planned, which I'm sure you will like. And you'll be able to have some input. So in actual fact, can I announce this bit? I think I can without giving too much away. There's going to be some videos going on the channel of Holly's hot tips. Tips, T-I-P-S, just for clarity. So basically, it's going to be Holly presenting very short little videos about little tricks from the trade on doing stuff. For example, Steve mentioned a while ago about using a bit of rubber hose to thread in, basically put the spark plug into the hose, and it's a good way of not cross-threading the threads on a spark plug. So that will be one of the Holly's hot tips videos. We want to do lots more, and it's not just hot tips that I come up with. This is stuff that the viewers can put forward as ideas and tips that they've learned in the trade, you know, over many, many years. So if you've got any hot tips, do compile an email, flick it through with, you know, diagrams or photos or whatever you want, so I can actually portray that hot tip correctly, and Holly can do a video on it and help everybody in the world with her hot tips. Have to be very, very clear on my language there. Pronunciate. There you go. So yes, it's a world first. I know. I thought you would like that, Steve. So yes, you know, if you've got any hot tips that you'd like to share and for Holly to produce a short video on, then please send them through by email, andymechanic@live.co.uk, and we'll roster them into the schedule. Absolutely. It's going to be good fun. Nice short little videos, but it's going to help to Holly, you know, to get a bit more presence on the channel as well, which I think she deserves because she does a fantastic job. Right, we're at 1 hour and 36 minutes in on this live stream. I do have an awful lot of work to get done today, so I am now going to sign off, tidy up, and then venture back outside under the carport, fortunately. Now that I've built the carport, it's great, and get this ROV finished. It will be finished at some point today. It might be 6 p.m, it might be 8 p.m, it hopefully won't be 10 p.m, but it is going to get finished today. That is, it goes without saying, it has to be done because it's going back to Auckland tomorrow. Simple as that. Simon Raw, think some of the chat just got hot tips. Steve, have a great week, mate. Hope the trip goes well. Thank you very much, Steve. Thank you all for joining. If you've not flicked the old thumbs up button yet, now's a great time to do that. And I will probably not see you next Sunday. My apologies that there most likely won't be a live stream next Sunday. I'm going to be on a motorcycle adventure down at the Brass Monkey in the South Island. Do check it out. There is a website all about it. And there's galleries and stuff of previous events. I don't think there'll be any internet on site. It's a very remote location. The South Isle is not the best place for internet anyway, to be honest. But if I don't do a live stream, then I will do a bit of footage to camera, and I'll post that on the channel for you so you can see what it's all about. Okay, crew. Well, until next time, I'll see you around. Thanks for joining, and I hope you enjoyed the pie review. Oh, pie review. Stuff, heartburn. Heartburn's pretty good, actually. There isn't any. It's good. I'm going to give it a 9 because we had a few little burps, didn't we? So we're going to go for 9. And the final score is 93. 93, right. I will fill this in and I'll stick it up on the cupboard and you'll see it there next week. All right, crew. See you around. Cheers. Over and out.